Hi, I'm Gary Bembridge and I want to share with you 10, that's right, 10 things that you should expect if you go on a European river cruise. Keep watching because at the end of this video I have a very special bonus about river cruising for you. So let's get going on those 10 things. Never having to pay for anything. Most river cruise lines in Europe are all-inclusive. So that's your meals, your drink, your excursions, your gratuities, so you almost never have to pay anything else once you bought your fare. The second thing to expect is never having to make any or many decisions. It's a very regimented schedule during the day. Everything's organized for you. You basically just follow the program and follow the flow, and you make no decisions. You just do what's arranged. The third thing you should expect is a fairly small ship. Riverboats have to be restricted by length, by width, by height, based on the rivers. And so you will find a ship that's not very big, maybe 150, maybe 200 passengers at most. It'll be quite a small ship, relatively cozy cabins, as you can probably see behind me. Not lots of amenities, not lots of extra entertainment. You'll get to know people really well. You'll get to recognize them. You'll go on tours with them, and the crew will also get to know you. So it's an intimate and very social experience. The fourth thing you should expect is to be eating great food. River cruise lines are renowned for having fantastic food, despite the fact that they're quite small. As you pass through the region, you're likely to have local specialities, local wines, truly reflecting the region you're passing through. Another key thing that you should expect is the quirks of river cruising. Two things particularly that I wanted to point out. First of all is that the ability to get up or down a river depends on the water levels. So if the water levels are too low or too high, it can disrupt your itinerary. And you'll find if you speak to people who've been on river cruising, quite a few people would have had incidents where the ship hasn't been able to move around as planned. So often they'll just bus people to and from the ship, and the ship may not travel as far as planned. The other thing is when you dock in town, there may be a couple of ships there. So actually they then connect to each other and you have to walk through ships or over ships to get to the dock. The next thing you should expect is to do a lot of walking. Most of the excursions which will be included are walking tours through town. So you could be walking 2 or 3 hours a day. So you need to be relatively fit and you need to be ready to walk. Most of the excursions will focus on the history, the culture, and perhaps the food and wine of the region. The seventh thing you should expect is that you're probably going to be in an adults-only environment. Although cruise lines are starting to attract more families, it tends to be adults and tends to be the 50, 60 and above age group. So that's the kind of audience that you should expect. An adult environment surrounded by people probably 50 plus. The eighth thing you should expect is an informal dress code and atmosphere on board. So the dress code is not very dressy, so even for the captain's welcome party, farewell party, I mean some gents may wear long sleeve shirts, perhaps a jacket, but most people are going to wear, certainly from the gentleman's side, open neck shirts. You do have to wear sort of long trousers, but you can wear jeans, which is normally perfectly fine. Ladies, just casual dresses or slacks, so you don't have to pack lots of different kind of clothes, etc., which also makes sense because the river cruise ships are small, there's not lots of storage, so actually not having to bring lots of permutations of clothes is obviously a big plus. The atmosphere as well is very relaxed, it's very informal, it's very sociable. The ninth thing you should expect is to be docking in the heart of the town. So river cruisers tend to dock right in the heart of wherever they're going to, so you can normally just get off the ship and you're right in the heart of the action. You can go to local markets, you can go to local sites, local attractions, and often you'll be docked overnight, so you can also get out and enjoy the nightlife as well. The 10th and last thing that you should expect is a fairly intensive and immersive experience in a very specific part of the river that you're traveling along. River cruise boats don't travel very far. In fact, the distances they travel every day you could probably cover in a bus in about 2 hours long. So they tend to stop frequently at lots of places along a stretch of a river, so you get a really good feel for the region you're passing through. So there you have it. That's the 10 things that you should expect if you're heading out on a river cruise. Now I did promise you a bonus if you stay to the end, and the bonus is you can get a copy of my free ebook, which is about essential tips and tricks for river cruising. Download a copy of that ebook with lots of tips, lots of advice and answers to questions. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel and get more tips about river cruising and all sorts of travel.